Hello there! It has been some time since I've posted my last video, but finally I've had the time to make another video for you. This video can be seen as a slice of life of how I've been enjoying spring and all the green that has been exploding around us in the recent weeks. For some more on-point videos, I'm planning to do a 1-year review of my Brompton soon. So to share my opinion of this bike after 1 year of riding it. And also some video about the cycling infrastructure and how it could be improved. I know I show you footage of my commute with the Brompton over and over again, and it's always the same route, but I like to share how the nature around me is changing from time to time, and now especially how green it has become. Although I'm not the biggest fan of riding my bike in the rain, this rain was highly appreciated. All the green was growing, but no rain for roughly 2 weeks, so this was nice to see. Then I did my commute with a different bike to have a, let's say, faster result. So a faster commute to my work from my home place, which is roughly 22 kilometers. And my Surly Bridge Club, as well as the Brompton and also the Panasonic, are not really suitable for going more than 24-25 kilometers per hour on average. And I will introduce this bike to you in another video. I just want to include this footage here with the message that this bike is so much fun to ride, even though it's more than 30 years old, and it gets me to my work quite fast and safely at the same time. With friends and family, we had some more trips to the city center, and there multiple bikes come in handy. It's always nice to be able to lend them to friends and family. Do you know this brand? That's no advertisement, or I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm just a big fan of them. I used to collect their bags. Nowadays I don't anymore because they're also quite pricey. But there were some really nice ones in one store in the center. At Gutenbiken I bought this Rune Hilt bar, and look at how wide it is. I'm planning to use it on one of my bikes, but I don't know which one yet. So time will tell, please stay tuned. Then to some question that has been bugging me for a long time. Does the quality of steel matter a lot for ride quality and comfort? I had the chance to buy a Koga Miyata Ridge Runner from 1987 recently, which was their top model from back then. This is what it looked like when I bought it. Quickly changed the saddle and added a rear rack. I also changed the tires. And what I wanted to find out is how does the ride feel compare to, for example, my Panasonic MC3500, which was a mid-range model from the same era with similar geometry, similar parts, but very different steel quality. So with very basic chromo steel in comparison to the FM1 triple butted and splined tubing of this frame here. So all the fancy stuff from that era. You can see me here do my typical changes. I like to add fenders to all my bikes because at some point you will get caught in the rain while riding. Please mind that this is not a full rebuild with all maintenance you should do. I will do this at some other point. For example, check out the hubs and re-grease them and all the other bearings. That's something I will do sometime else. Here I was a bit annoyed that the mounting point for the rear fender was completely in conflict with the one tube of the rear rack, but there's always a solution. Servus. Time to shorten the fender stays. Stainless steel. Need some good steel to cut them. And finally, mandatory for me, the front fender mud flap to protect the shoes. I also changed the brake pads, which were making awful noises. I think Cool Stop has the best package design ever. Pad mounting went well, but the cantilever triangle was a bit off, so I had to fix this later. And maybe somebody of you can tell me how to adjust these canties here with the little hole. This is first generation XT, so M730. I would love to hear that from somebody in the comments. Thank you. And you can hear the front hub make some little sounds, so I certainly will have to service that. Then some new Calloy seat post. I love these seat posts. Cold forged aluminium. Nitto is out of reach for me, so I'm happy to use Calloy. Why is Nitto out of reach? Nitto parts are so hard to get in Germany or in the EU in general. Speaking of Nitto, I had to replace the original quill stem because I couldn't stand the finish of it, this purple-like, and it was also too short. I would have liked to replace it with some other Nitto stem, but again, they're just so hard to get, so I'm using a Calloy stem for now, which is way longer. Here there's some issue, I think. The hanger for the cantilevers does move a bit and doesn't sit on there properly. Maybe the fork has been cut too much from factory or by somebody else. Another great packaging by Cool Stop. I will put these on the U-brake. I don't have anything against U-brakes. I think they can be quite powerful, but I don't like if they limit tire clearance. Here, in fact, the frame is limiting tire clearance and not the U-brake, because the frame wasn't fully dimpled where I just was pointing at. Maybe to some of you I shouldn't post this bike here like this yet, because for you it's not ready. I should have cleaned it more, I should have serviced all the bearings, maybe I should have swapped out more parts and fixed the hanger for the front canty brake, but to me it's fine for now and I just want to ride this bike. It has survived for more than 30 years the way it was, and I will continue riding it like this for some time until I make further changes. And so far I can tell you it rides differently than my Panasonic MC350 because, well, it seems to absorb more of the ground surface, so of the shaking from cobblestones or gravel, even though the tires are like 8 millimeters smaller than the ones on my Panasonic, which are 2.3 tires. It's really interesting. And also please note, this bike is really on the smaller side for me, maybe even too small, but I don't mind this too much. There's always something you can do about problems like this, like with a longer seat post and longer stem, and I don't do hardcore trail riding, so I think it's fine. And the top tube is so long, it's 58 centimeters long, just as long as on my Panasonic. Alright, that's it for now. I hope you have enjoyed this little video with different impressions, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Thank you and bye bye. You didn't think I stopped this video without some sightings of nice bikes. Longus, a German brand from the 80s and 90s, is something people should definitely look into for nice vintage mountain bikes. Look at this beautiful fork here. Retro Velo nicely bridges the gap between vintage look and modern components. I think I don't need to explain a Bridgestone to you. And then I also saw a pretty randonneur. Alright, with this little look behind the scenes of my editing process, I now want to really say goodbye and I hope to see you in the next video. See you!